This is a much more informal version of this project, or of this SciStarter Live, obviously. Okay, here we go. So for today, happy Halloween, everyone. So for anyone who's joining us, happy to have you listening in. And this will be available on Facebook too, so you'll be able to see this later. We're doing Never Home Alone, the Wildlife of Homes, which is a project through iNaturalist. So you're just taking pictures of organisms and sending them into the largest database of biodiversity that we have on SciStarter. We're here with the SciStarter team, and I thought it'd be nice to introduce ourselves because we have kind of a weird slew of assorted people here today. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my share again abruptly. My name is Emma. I usually host the SciStarter Live webinars and talk about all kinds of projects. I do the public outreach programs for SciStarter, and happy to be here. Happy Halloween. Robin, do you want to introduce yourself? I'm going through the...
Sure. I'm Robin Salthouse. I'm actually in the Pacific Northwest, specifically Kingston, Washington. And I advise for SciStarter project as a retired public librarian.
Awesome. And then next on my list, Roland.
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Roland, tuning in from Lebanon. I couldn't find any bugs around, but yeah, I'm sure that with some additional research, we have plenty of them.
For sure. Jim, do you want to introduce yourself next?
Sure, I'm Jim Webster. I'm a SciStarter ambassador from New Jersey, and I'll go around doing presentations on the available SciStarter programs, as well as light pollution. I'm the advocate for the state of New Jersey for that, and I tend to tie a lot of my programs together. So I'll be hitting, each of them as I go along.
Awesome. Thank you, Jim. Anna, you're next.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anna Funk, obviously, Dr. Funk. I do marketing and communications for SciStarter. So if you like SciStarter's emails, you're welcome. I'm here today with my associates, sleeping on the job. This is Samson the lion, very ferocious, and also Gideon, a sweet angel, who is totally asleep. But hopefully they can help us find some bugs today. Good to see you all.
Love it. Bob, your turn.
Hi, I'm Bob Hirschon. I am host and producer of the SciStarter podcast.
Awesome. And already had bugs to share, so we'll bring those back up at some point in the near future. Awesome. Okay, so we've got a full team with us. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again to show you what we're talking about. So you can comment on the Facebook stream where we are, and we'll answer questions. You can write down what things you're finding in your home, what insect you found most recently. Like in my recent experience, I found a spider in my closet and panicked. So I would share that on the comment box. And any questions about how to get started with SciStarter, Citizen Science, iNaturalist, we'd love to have that done. We also would love it if you tagged us in any posts that you have about the critters you find. So for Happy Halloween posting on the socials, feel free to tag at SciStarter or even iNaturalist.org so they also know what you're working on, which is pretty fun. So to make sure that we're all on the same page, and if anyone is new to the concept, citizen science is a collaboration between scientists and those of us who are curious, concerned, and motivated to make a difference. It's how people can make an impact on issues they care about and help science. Essentially, you are participating in research that helps real research projects. So you're doing a science project with the intent to actually impact something real, which is really exciting. So more than just a common volcano, baking soda and vinegar volcano, you're actually doing some good work there. Awesome. All right. And then in order to get started with citizen science, we automatically recommend, a little selfishly, since we are all working with SciStarter, we recommend going to SciStarter.org to sign up for an account. You have at your disposal an entire database of projects on SciStarter without even having an account, but an account gives you a leg up and will also help you with tracking your contributions, which I will show you in a moment here for iNaturalist and Never Home Alone. So we recommend joining also because you have references to training materials too. If you need some more of an ego boost or confidence in trying to participate, we have Foundations of Citizen Science as a training. as well as several follow-up opportunities like data literacy and library-specific work and teaching in higher ed, or data ethics is a recent addition as well. So with that said, I'm going to refocus this back towards Never Home Alone. For our guests who are online, you are also free to both listen in and also look around if you see any bugs, so that you're prepared to share. And if not, I've got lots of stories about bugs that we can work through, and some examples from the last couple of observations from other people on Never Home Alone. So lots to work through. So I just wanted to give you a good background. So the reason that this project is in existence is because there are lots of little creepy critters that we'll find all over the place, and not really understand, how did you get in the house, or what is living in houses, what actually spends time near humans and in your own home, and why are they there. So the reason this exists is to actually learn more about what's going on inside our homes for critters, because we did build houses to kind of keep them out, but they still end up in here anyway. So these are a couple of examples of what I've found, and includes the spider. This is not the one in my closet, but this is one that was in my Airbnb recently, just crawling across the floor while I stared it down and covered it with a glass. If you're able to, if this is an option for you, I highly recommend being able to capture the bug and then releasing it outside, or just living with it if you really appreciate the idea of a nice ecosystem in your home. I caught this spider and actually just removed it and threw it outside. The bug itself here, I think, died in honey. I think that's what it was sitting on, which was not super fun for it, but that's okay. So you might find things that are a little bit more interesting too. I found a centipede in a different Airbnb, actually in Southern Arizona, where it made me panic. I did not realize I was terrified of centipedes. So I took a bunch of pictures, cried about it a little bit, and learned about how centipedes do not crawl into your ears and eat your brains. I had to research that because I thought I might die that night, but I left it alone. It's usually a sign that you might have other not so great things in your home too, by the way. So if you look into it, finding those is kind of like that means some gross things are here. Okay, so for how to actually participate, if you are a SciStarter account holder already, this makes it super easy. If you're an iNaturalist account holder already, super easy as well. The main idea when you first start is that you need to have accounts for both. And then when you have a SciStarter account, that means you can track your contributions over time. So, and it's really easy to set that up. What you're going to do is just make sure you remember your iNaturalist username that you signed up with, and you're going to add it to your SciStarter profile. So that'll be this link right here, scistarter.org/dashboard/settings. You can also find it just from the main page looking at your account, and it says dashboard. From within there, there's a thing called affiliation integration, and you just add add your username there. That connects iNaturalist and SciStarter, so you have the ability to have all your contributions tracked. However, that does not actually send anything to Never Home Alone as the project. So in order to make sure that you get Never Home Alone contributions, you should join the global project on iNaturalist. So I'll actually demonstrate that bit because that one's a little bit different. So I am going to stop my screen share so I can open that page up and you can know what that looks like. So I'm going to go to Never Home Alone. So we will get there, and there it is. Okay. Oh, of course I made it to the blog post, so let me go back. Never Home. Oh, actually, this might be a good thing to share. So on iNaturalist, first thing I'm going to do is make sure I'm signed in. So I'll log in. That's me. I'll log in. And then I'm on the project page. So if you go to projects under community, you'll be able to find it. I actually already signed up. So if I go here, which you could search for over here in Never Home Alone, there's a couple of them. So there's one for NC State, North Carolina University, but you can skip that one because you're not necessarily in the dorms of the NCSU buildings. So instead, the global one looks like this, and you'll just hit join. So it'll show up as join if you're not already in it. I'm already in it, so it's not letting me show the join thing again. But then I can add observations. So goes through this process. It's also really, really easy on the app. So I'll actually show you what that looks like on the app too, make it easier. So, and then we'll go through what things we've been looking at. So if you download the iNaturalist app and sign in, then you can tap observe. You can either just take a picture right then and there if you'd like, or you can take a bunch of pictures now and then upload them later and submit them all at a different time, which might be easier too. So And then there's a couple prompts you have to answer for each observation. So what did you see? And they give you suggestions too. So never fear if you don't know what it is. Like spiders, for example, I mean, I can say it's a spider and I might be able to say if it's an orb weaver, just because I'm more familiar with those ones, but otherwise I have no idea. So I just use the suggestions. The best thing about iNaturalist in my mind is that there's other people on there to help you answer the questions, right? So if you think it's this thing, other people will go in and check if it's correct up until they can make it research grade because they figured out exactly what species it is. So you can also add observations. This is optional, but if you want to share like where it was in your home, like, ooh, this habitat was its favorite place, then that makes sense. You can also need to make sure that the time, date, and location are accurate. You can also obscure your location too, so it's not available to the public. I recommend that, especially if you're under 18 working on this, or you're a student, that might be helpful. And then because this is a specific project in iNaturalist, when you tap projects at the bottom of that list of steps, you can add it to the Never Home Alone project once you've joined that one, and then it will track your projects. So I gave you a lot of information right now. So if you're chiming in along with us, I will make sure that I go over this again at the very end in case any of you want to review it. But for now, just so you're aware, this affiliation only needs to happen once, but the project, sending it to that project will have to happen every time you you create an observation. Yeah. And as a reminder, you can take all your pictures now and then worry about uploading them later too, if that's helpful. Awesome. Okay. My friends who are online with me, were any of those instructions unclear? And should I talk about any of them more?
No, I mean, only that we had a fellow on SciStarter Live a while back talking about how to take really good pictures for iNaturalist. And two of the things that come to mind is make that object or that animal fill the screen if you can, unless you're too afraid to get close to that centipede to make it fill the screen. And you can take more than one. You can take, like Emma did, a front view of a spider, very important because counting the eyes is one way they identify it. And then if you can get a side view, that's really useful too. So you can do more than one picture of each critter.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I had that slide deck ready just in case we had questions.
Segue.
So I'm so glad you brought that up. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, what you mentioned too, the majority, or fill the frame. So there are examples here of like how to do that, like just getting really up and close to that flower, using the macro lens like you had, Bob, earlier. You showed us that little itty bitty one. Yep. Yeah, a little itty bitty one. And then also like holding something in your hand so you have close access, that it makes a lot of sense, especially
a centipede
ones, right? For the centipede, I would not put it in my hands. I can't tell you how terrified I was of that centipede. I didn't realize I had a fear of something. Actually, let's backtrack for 2 seconds just so I can regale you with a fun story. Has anyone seen the second of the prequels? I think it's episode 2 of Star Wars, the one where Anakin is Hayden Panettiere. No, Hayden Panettiere. That's not the right person.
Yes.
Girl. Is that right? I actually don't remember. Point is Star Wars. Do you remember that Star Wars movie, Anna? The second one, or the prequel?
Yeah, sorry, my mute button kept hiding.
Oh, okay, good.
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen, thank you. Hayden's, they're the same people. Anyway, in that episode, that movie, there's a scene where the Princess Amidala is about to be assassinated using bugs, and they look like centipedes. And I think I saw that quite young, and therefore am terrified of centipedes and didn't know about it until I saw that centipede in my Airbnb and was just beside myself in fear. So fun fact about me. So there are a lot of other ways to take pictures, which is what I was talking about. So here are some examples of really solid ones. The whole organism, taking multiple and submitting them as one observation. So one bug, multiple different angles, good things, or different parts of the organism. And for fungi, here's some examples of how to do that. I hope none of you have fungi in your home, so I'm going to.
I do.
Like on purpose?
Growing right in my plant over there, just this interesting mushroom growing right out of my aloe plant pot. So there you go.
Sweet. Okay, well, here's some advice if you want to pull it.
Yeah, can identify it.
Luckily, there's a lot of mushrooms and fungi. So if you pull it out like this, be nice. Don't pull out all mushrooms for anyone who's doing a fungi observation. But pulling out one and being able to see the bottom of the stem is apparently really helpful. So super nice. If any of you have reptiles, and we're not talking, unfortunately, But if you do find like a lizard, if you're in like the southwest area of the US, you might find lizards at home. And these are how to take better pictures. I don't know if I'd get this close to a snake, but if you have a really good lens and zoom, then you'd probably be okay. Or you should call animal control. Here's the spiders, and I didn't give myself a warning, so that kind of shocked me. But these are some examples that you were going through, Bob, about where to take pictures from. So we've got facing the camera, we've got head to the side, and then we have the abdomen or the backside of the spider too. So
And a really cool thing about jumping spiders that we learned in that really highly recommended SciStarter Live episode was that jumping spiders are fascinated by the reflection in your lens of your camera, and they'll actually creep closer and closer, like that close. And you can get a really good shot of them face on. And you see these a lot on Instagram and places where people share jumping spider pictures. They look kind of cute.
I totally forgot about that and tried to take a picture of a jumping spider at my sister's house, and it jumped towards me and I panicked.
Yeah, I was like, hey, who's this other spider? In that.
I was like, oh no. I did not get a good picture. Clearly, I'm just afraid of bugs, apparently. I don't know. This is why I'm one of the person who's sitting and narrating for the most part instead of trying to find things in my home. Like, I don't want to know. I did find other things by mistake though, and I take pictures of them and send them to Never Home Alone. Here's some beetles. So if you find any beetles at home, I have totally found beetles in my home, especially when I lived in Arizona. So they're everywhere. And these are like the most diverse family of creatures ever. So lots of beetles available. This one is pretending to be a bee, which is a fun way to do it. So side shot, whole organism, showing the front of the face. So you can see the mouth parts. Those all help identify it. Flies or mosquitoes or crane flies. I don't know about you all, but so I'm in Washington, D.C., and I got bit by about 15,000 mosquitoes the other day, and I hope I don't become ill. But I wish I had been able to take pictures, but they all flew away way too fast, so I wasn't able. But if you're able to, looking at it from the top of the organism and the side shot like this and the head shot, all those are helpful for identification too. This one's beautiful. It's like just gold plated, but like slightly green. If any of you have snails in your home, I don't know if you would, but I guess maybe that has happened to me actually. Like there were a lot of snails in Southern California where I used to live too.
Yeah, all the slugs in the Northwest.
Yeah. Ooh. Do they end up in your home?
I don't know, but I think they get everywhere. There's banana slugs. I don't know.
Yeah, no, luckily we haven't had one in our home yet.
That's good.
But I have pictures of banana slugs and the common black slugs. They luckily stay outside.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
It'll
Maybe
dry
just like crack your
indoors.
door open next time and then see if it crawls in, and then boom, you have an observation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we
might be
got
the
a lot
first.
of slugs by us too.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's New Jersey.
stepped on one
so-
the other day stepping out of the house.
Oh no.
Ah.
So sad.
Didn't know it was there.
Yeah. Definitely happens. There are more like I think there's some type of weather where they get really excited, or maybe I'm thinking of worms, like when it rains and the worms come jumping up because they're like, I'm being suffocated underground
Yeah.
by the water. So that's always fun to watch happen. But you don't want to step too heavily, right? And anything, but happens. I've done it. If you are near shells, although I would advise against this because the ones you have in home might not be the kind that they want observations of, but please don't take pictures of your goldfish. So this is here, but only if you're near the ocean. If you live in the ocean, if we're talking to any dolphins who can submit anything to
Mermaids.
or mermaids, then that makes more sense. Then you can do that as well. Awesome. Birds, I would hope there's no birds in your home, but hopefully you can get it out if it's in your home. I've definitely had that happen. But next time you have a bird fly in, you're like, oh no, what do I do? Take an observation first, and then you can go back. Respect nature. Yeah, so there's a lot of advice in here. I will, in fact, make sure that this slide deck is available maybe on the blog page for SciStarter Live. If you go to scistarter.org, you'll be able to find the SciStarter Live tab so that you can join us and look at these slide decks. I'll make sure they're uploaded after today's meeting or today's call. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my share for a moment and pause because Anna found a spider. No, scratch that, 2 spiders were you able to, let me spotlight you. Let's see. How do I do that? Oh, wait, you're pinned. Okay, cool. Do you have the ability to show us where they are? You're muted.
I do. Okay, are you ready for this? I've been trying to take
Yeah.
pictures of them for a minute. I'll show you my picture attempts. Hold on, where's my flashlight? I got a flashlight. Okay, so here we are. We are in my basement. Let me flip around my screen. So there is a giant black spider. Just kidding. That is a fake toy spider. Please do not submit observations.
Oh,
But in this corner, ironically, is where the real spiders actually also live.
Ah.
Maybe
So,
that's why it's there. Like the
you lured them there.
spiders are like,
so,
hi.
yeah, let's try it without the flashlight first.
Oh, I think I
Let's
can.
see if I can zoom in enough for you to see them live. If not, I'll just show you my pictures. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
wait.
No,
Okay.
do they?
Multiple, like in a web?
Yeah, they're in a web.
Gotcha. Because we can see
No.
like there's a webby thing, but I
So
don't
over here you can see like little egg.
Oh, yeah.
bits. Okay, I'm gonna switch over and just show you the pictures I took because they are not very good. So hopefully I will inspire you all to not feel bad about your bad pictures.
Yeah. Sometimes being in like knowing where the picture was taken and like what it kind of looks like might even just narrow it down enough for it to be pretty solid research.
Yeah.
Research ready. So don't be
Here
afraid.
comes my pictures.
Oh.
Ah, that's pretty
Okay,
good.
Oh, that is really
so it's like okay. Here's one,
I know
two.
that spider.
It's pretty, it's blurry though, it's grainy. That was as close as I could get zoomed in.
Hmm.
Not sure if that's good enough for an ID, but I think I would upload it
yeah.
still. And if they can't confirm, then they can't confirm. At least we tried.
Yeah.
This
That's
is
pretty
the
good.
same
Like different
one.
exposures too, it makes it easier to see like the body versus the legs too. I think that would be
Yeah.
what I'd find.
So here's a different spider. It started on the other corner and then moved across.
Same family, I think.
I assume same thing. Here's one where I totally missed. That's normal. You'll get a lot of pictures like that.
That the legs in the corner.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and then that one's a little better. This is the best one.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
So that one looks like it has some real markings.
Yeah.
That one's
Mhm.
closer, but the leg got in the way.
Mm.
And then it got worse from there. So I think I will stop sharing my screen and start working on uploading these to iNaturalist, and then we can check back in.
Ooh, do you want to share your screen for uploading it actually to demonstrate how to do that? That might
Oh,
be
sure.
helpful because then I don't have to do it.
Okay, let me think. So here's iNaturalist. Tell me if at any time you can't see things.
Oh, before you
So
check, have you joined that specific project or do we need to do that?
I did join the project, but I can show really fast where I did that. I went to projects.
You can search
And I searched up here.
Never Home Alone.
Never Home Alone. And there's a couple of different ones that come up.
Yeah, the one that
I actually, yeah, it's the one on the bottom, the Wildlife of Homes. I clicked on NCSU first because I knew that that's where the project originated. But that project on iNaturalist is just for people on campus.
Yeah.
So it's the Wildlife of Homes. And I got this weird thing where like the buttons at the top were blocked. Like
yeah.
it's like glitching, but I just like clicked the one on the left anyway.
Oh.
And it gave me this little spiel. Has to be inside. No cat pictures. So yes, I agree. Okay, so I'll go back to my projects. I don't think I need to do anything here. I can go back to my home. No.
Right.
Yeah,
Yours are.
and then I'll show you where it is too.
I saw your spider already on there.
It was, or was it from previous?
Well, these are old
hers.
observations.
Oh, I was, yeah, I thought maybe someone else had posted it just by coincidence.
Oh no.
You have so many observations. That's impressive. 536.
Yeah, they're all plants. Plants and the occasional house thing. All right, I'm gonna choose image. So you can take pictures right in the iNaturalist app, but for whatever reason, I feel like the pictures look worse. Okay, so I'm gonna I always pick the best picture first, because then that becomes like the cover image, and then I'll just select like the rest of the crappy pictures.
Yeah, I
The
think there
side
might
one's
be
good.
a limit.
Underneath.
one.
Yeah, that's good.
So those are all the same spider too. The other thing is if there's like more than one individual, don't combine them unless you're like really, really, really sure that they're the same species, because a lot of times stuff looks the same but isn't actually the same.
Mm.
Yeah, they're just hanging out in the same spot.
Okay,
Importing.
thinking,
Great.
importing. Okay, and we'll at the bottom add to projects. Never Home Alone.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's
Can
see.
you
What
actually,
did you
before
see?
Oh wait, just kidding. You're good. Ooh. Do you think it's a
Cellar
daddy?
Pretty sure.
spider. Focus.
So it's pretty sure it's a daddy long legs, but there's more than one species of cellar spider that could be there. So let me look.
Oh, also, that term "daddy long legs" is used to describe two very different families, I think, of arthropod, or three.
Yeah.
Genus
And yours is a true spider. The other,
Yeah.
that is not the one you just showed.
Let's see. So this is one. These are pictures of Fulcus manuelli,
Oh,
and the
focus.
other one, Fulcus phalangioides.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's
see this
closer.
one. Whoa.
Wow.
Like a photo shoot.
This
Okay.
one looks a little closer because of the way the
Closer.
abdomen is like splotchy.
Yeah. I think
I
the
can keep
head
that
of
one. Hold on.
yours.
Let me look back at the other one again.
Let's look at yours.
Yeah, see this one's abdomen is real.
That's not right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I think if I hit compare, it will let me. Yeah.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's super helpful. Almost looks like a. I'm not sure.
Now yours is web spinning, I think, unless just happen to be there. And I don't know if the other daddy long legs is a web spinning. Oh, pretty close.
I think so.
There's like a harvestman.
Oh, this is Harvestman is not webs for sure.
Yeah, they call those daddy long. Many people call those daddy long legs.
Yeah. So I think I'm pretty good with this long body cellar spider. So the nice thing about iNaturalist is that somebody will check this ID. It won't get like confirmed for scientific purposes until it's confirmed by an expert. So I'm pretty good with my long-bodied cellar spider guess. I'll even add a note. I don't know. Do you guys know if Never Home Alone likes any particular notes?
My best guess would be just noting like where it was found, like what habitats it liked to hang out in, because then you just learn more about what the spider's doing there, potentially. But anything that seems of note, like, I don't know, maybe it's caught eating something or whatever.
Oh, there's egg sacs and lots of like debris on the floor of like roly-polies.
Oh, polies are dead.
Egg sacs and dead roly-polies. It's the scientific name nearby. Okay.
Can you
All
show
right.
us location visibility? So right now you have open, but can you show how to obscure it?
Oh yeah. So if you don't want them to know where your house is, I guess you'll all know where my house is.
We don't have the exact address, luckily. Oh wait,
privacy. Yes. Where?
So
Oh, here we go. Sorry, wrong one. Open, obscured, private. So obscured is like the vague location, and private is like totally anonymous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably not relevant so much for this, but if you find something that might be endangered, or if you've had a box turtle, some people collect box turtles and sell them illegally. So then you probably wouldn't want to say its exact location. You want to obscure it or make it private. So things like that.
The being in your home part is probably the most important part about obscured
well, there's that too.
Private, right? So if you, depending on what you find and where you are, it is most helpful to be open about your location.
Yeah, and if you're just not comfortable,
yeah,
having your home associated with your observations, I do not care if the Never Home Alone people see where my pin is, but other people might. I'm also going to add this to my Funkyard project because that's just everything at my house.
Nice.
That was a project I started when we moved here. Okay, I'm gonna submit this. Check.
Woo.
Uploading. Nice. Thanks for sharing how to do that. That was super helpful.
Yeah. So do you know if I can add old observations from my house to this project? I
You
bet
totally
I can.
can. Yeah, you totally can. So as long as it's backdatable, then you can
Yeah.
do that. So like the observation or the note earlier about you can take as
Yeah.
many photos as you want now and upload them later. That accounts
Yeah.
for like, if you find pictures from a long time ago. I have a friend
Yeah,
who
like I have this one.
uploaded everything. Yeah.
Edit. Projects. Never
Yeah.
home alone. Done.
Nice.
Done.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Very cool.
Nicely done. Awesome.
All right. I am stopping my share. Stop share.
I'm gonna hop over to Facebook briefly and see if anything was needed. No, doesn't look like it. Awesome. So, anybody else find anything exciting? Putting you on the spot. Do you want to show us that, Bob? Do you want to show us that little thing again? I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to, let's see, take this away, try to stick this thing on. Hold on.
I
See
put
if
you on
this
spotlight.
works.
You can see the process.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm trying to see if I can monitor this while I do it. Sorry about this. I'm gonna stick the lens on.
Ooh,
The
okay. Are
adhesive-
you on your
Oh,
phone?
the adhesive isn't very good, unfortunately. It keeps falling off.
Oh.
But I'll try. There. Oh, it's hard to
Uh,
hold on. Can I get why is it?
It was in and out. You have to kind of mess with the location. Yeah, there you go. Whoa.
These lenses are great.
Yeah, which by the way, for anyone listening in or will be listening into the recording, you can find these lenses at your local library if they have the Exploring Biodiversity kit, citizen science kit. You can borrow that and they have a set of lenses for you. You can also find your own anywhere if your library doesn't have them, but you can get them for free potentially if you're
See the business end of this.
which is very helpful.
There we go.
It's like we're getting so close and then it's hard to like macro photography is hard. I have a picture of myself.
Well, it's mirror imaged.
It's
So
what?
I'm it's reversed. So when I move one way, it goes the other way.
Oh,
Let's see his
wow.
face.
That's a freaky looking spider.
Woo! Happy Halloween. Yeah, it's kind of like a face painted on him.
Yeah. What kind of, I wonder what kind of spider it is. I'm excited.
I don't know, but for some reason, my phone screen went to another. I can't make it take a picture right now.
Oh, that's great.
It's asking me if I want to disconnect. I don't know why it's asking me that.
Oh yeah, don't do that. But I can, here, I'll take a screen.
And here's the fungus flies. Woo.
Nice.
Yeah,
Fungus.
sorry.
How did you know they were fungus flies?
Well, I'm just guessing.
Oh, okay.
That's what the interwebs say they are.
The interwebs.
Yes.
Nice.
Because they're coming out of the dirt in my houseplant.
Oh, gotcha. Can you scroll over to the spider once more?
Scroll over. Scroll on
Try
over.
to take a screenshot while you're close there.
Oh, hold on. Let me move it in the middle. Sorry.
This is a team effort.
Take a
Okay,
couple.
so close. Can you go up a little bit or like down? I don't know which one makes the most sense. Okay, yeah, okay. Gotcha. Okay, we have one picture. I will send that to you.
You want a little fly?
Sure.
Side
We should just
view.
do this regularly, like Citizen Science Happy Hour. You pick a project and meet up on Facebook.
They're not all as fun as this. Sorry, I'm so blurry.
I'm game.
Your game. You pick the next project.
I got a
then.
bad reflection.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we got nice reflection. Oh, here we go. Oh wait. I
I
think
don't know
I
if
got
anyone's
that
going to
one.
identify that.
Yeah, still blurry. Shoot. Yeah, with the little ones, it's so hard. You gotta have like a professional camera, which for a lot of people, especially like birders and other people who are regular photography friends, you might already have resources to make sure they're really good pictures. So we need your data. We need your data for all these lovely projects on that use iNaturalist data. Ooh, a side abdomen picture. Okay, you've been
No,
doing.
I'm going to spare you. Sorry, you're going to get seasick, or I'm going to get seasick. All right.
That was a great observation.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
No, that was awesome.
Now, if I had my camera, there's a way I could shoot with that dissecting scope, and then we can get all sorts of great stuff.
My gosh.
But
If you end up getting curious later, go for it, and then we'll send
yeah, I
it.
haven't quite managed to hook things up so they work properly and stay in focus, but that's my next project.
The next thing.
Oh, no,
Awesome.
I'm not
Okay,
looking
I
at it.
will give you your spotlight, so we're looking at
Yeah.
everyone. Awesome. There we go. Any observation? Oh, and Robin left, but she had found a little ladybug in her backyard, but or in her home, but she put it into a little greenhouse area, and so she was trying to go find a picture of it, but I don't think she was able to find it again, unfortunately. But it's goes to show you all the fun things that you can find in your home, regardless of where you are.
Yeah, on the warm day we had, well, certainly in the East, we had a warm day a couple of days ago, and a bunch of people reported ladybugs like swarming all around their house.
Warming?
So yeah, well, swarming, you know, there were lots of them that seemed to hatch from the same place. And so maybe that's just a thing that happens when you have an unseasonably warm weather day in the fall. They say, oh, it must be spring, and we're all.
Yeah, I was curious because of the big, or Robin had mentioned it earlier, but we do have like such cold weather suddenly in a lot of places across the US. So it makes me curious about what we're seeing different. Maybe if I had gone out to be bitten by mosquitoes today, it might not have happened as much. That would be
Probably
my
not. Nope.
fascinating thing.
And definitely in the next couple of days, you should be good. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be in like the 40s.
thank goodness.
Hmm.
And thank goodness because the dog wants to go outside, and that's where I got all the bug bites. So
Oh, Canis domesticus.
yeah, which again, don't take pictures of your
Don't
dogs
take
or cats or
pictures of
goldfish or whatever to
Unless
put
you
on.
have a wild dog, coyote.
Unless you have a feral dog just hanging out in your home, like
Yeah.
a coyote. That would be interesting. I hope no one's done that. Which, speaking of, does anyone else want to share anything they found? Jim, you have anything for us, or
Well,
still?
I got something from in the past because most bugs don't survive my house with the great bug hunter that's sleeping on my desk right now. This was in Sanibel Captiva when we were there just before the hurricane. And I'll share my screen. Where is it?
You're in Florida?
No, I'm not in Florida. This was when I was in Florida for vacation.
Traffic cone.
Ooh, what?
What is that?
Oh, that's I know what that is. Bagfly larva.
Right. I was told that gets into your luggage. You kind of can kiss some of your clothing goodbye. At least that's what I was told.
I didn't know that.
Wait, I'm confused. What is it doing? Is this trying to exit something, or is that its entire body?
It's encased in like sand.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
secrete a mucus and then the stuff sticks to it. And so you have ones with like little sticks, which is really cool. You have ones with sand. It's a whole fascinating family of critters you probably never heard about.
Right. Yeah. Well,
that's wild.
Yeah, we found it in the bathroom of the cottage we were staying in when we were inspecting it when we first got there.
Did you ever see like on your screen or on your the side of your house what looks like a little bundle of tiny little sticks? That's just that's what they've left behind, but that was their little hidey place, and they probably metamorphosed into I think they become little flies or moths or something. And then they leave these little presents behind, these little bundles of, how did that get there? These little sticks.
Yeah.
But this one's like a sand one.
Wow.
Yeah. The biggest bug in the news for us right now are the lanternflies.
Yeah. Spotted lanternfly.
All right, I'll stop sharing this.
It's pretty cool.
Well, I'm glad you got a video. That's very cool. That's my regret from the centipede experience. I should have taken a video because the reason I have such blurry photos is because A, I was too terrified to get close, and B, because I was like, I can't get or I'm too far away, or wanted to take pictures instead of video for some reason. But it's good to take video sometimes, and you can take screenshots.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I have a centipede story I just remembered. Can I tell you?
Okay. Just scare me.
This was next. Okay, so first, for context, I have this fish tank. Hold on, I will show you the fish tank.
Okay.
And when we lived in Michigan, there was one day that we came Like we just like came to feed the fish or whatever. And we looked at the bottom of the tank and there was this crazy monster. Like it was nothing we had ever seen before. It was totally crazy. It looked like, at first we thought it was like a shrimp. And we were like, oh, maybe our friend who also has a fish
Oh.
tank, maybe he like snuck a shrimp in as a joke or something. And we're looking at it and we're like, no, this is like an alien. Like had never seen a creature that looked like this.
With a
And
giant
one of our,
legs.
and
going out?
it had giant legs. It had like too
I
many
know.
legs. It was kind of like scrunched up weird. And one of our fish had one leg sticking out of its mouth. It was just swimming around with like one
Yeah.
leg from this
A
creature.
dog
And we're
with a
like, oh,
stick.
That was
you like
food.
fought. There was a battle between this creature and this fish. So anyway, we're like asking our friend, we're like, did you put something in our tank? And he's like, what are you even talking about? And eventually we figured out that it was a house centipede, but neither of us had ever seen a house centipede, like did not even know that this
I just
existed.
discovered them recently too.
Yeah, but it was like,
And they're harmless. They look so freaky.
they look so free, but the way it was like
It has
just
like no
sitting on the
mouth.
bottom of the tank. We really thought it was a monster from another
Just fell
dimension.
in. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They have tiny little fangs. They can't bite. And I've never gone from being afraid of something to feeling bad for something so quickly because I tried to catch it and we had an enormous one, giant legs. And I had a big jar to put over it and it just caught one of its legs and it broke off. And then this poor thing's suffering. And then I'm like they're so delicate. And I was trying to get it outside and I'm just like hurting it. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. But up to that point, it was the scariest, craziest thing. But they're very
They're so
gentle.
fast.
They're just what?
They're so fast. I think that makes them
Yeah, they're
extra
fast. And
scary.
I guess they eat very tiny little things. They have little mouths. They can't hurt you. They're just looking for baby, I don't know, baby spiders or baby something
Yeah.
to eat.
I do actually have a video of a centipede now that we're talking about it more.
Like,
Well, that
okay,
particular one, that was a scary looking one.
It's not the same one that I was that I saw. So I was on a expedition, and so when I saw the centipede and freaked out at my friends who were with me, or my new friends anyway, they then decided, oh, let's take this video of the centipede and show Emma and terrify her more. So like, oh, look at this cool thing we found, and threw this
So
in my
thoughtful.
face. Right? And this was so much bigger, I think, or at least
Yes,
similar.
I wouldn't pick one of those up.
Yeah, it's so big. They get so big. I don't
And they can
understand.
bite.
And they can bite, which is why I was also rightfully terrified, right? That's how it works. This one,
You know,
I
the
mean,
crazy thing is our fear of the bites of these things are so out of proportion. I mean, they hurt, wasps and these things. Yeah, it hurt, it burns kind of. But yeah, we go through a lot of pains, and even playing sports, you get hurt and bumped and stuff more than probably any of these. But somehow these are terrifying. And it's just some weird primal fear.
right.
Yeah, and it's not like they attack you. They just, if you were to like
No,
pick
they
it
don't want
up,
to
they
bite.
might
Yeah,
bite you on the
exactly. Even tarantulas, you know, I don't know. Anyway,
Right. Yeah. Oh,
they're just
on
scary.
Facebook, Tara said she also saw a lot of ladybugs the other day, which is awesome.
There we go. Another report.
More swarms.
They just all, yeah, they just all must have hatched or well, wait a minute. They can't hatch because they have to go through a larval stage. So they must be gathering, not hatching. I take that back for some unknown purpose in the fall. Maybe they overwinter together. I don't know.
Yeah,
They're just all gathering.
it makes me think of the cicadas that like come out every 17 years or whatnot as the
Yeah, well, that's right. They all emerge. Yeah. We
wonder how
have
many
those here. You'll get to
homes.
experience them now that you're in the East.
Yeah, well, the 17ers are out here in the East.
We get the 13s and the 17s.
Oh wow, okay. I mean, in
We have
Arizona,
like 3 broods
it
that are
was just
active
every
here.
year for several months.
Oh,
Really
there's that. Yeah, the annual cicada is not
cicada rising. It's just, a plague from biblical times is what it feels like sometimes. But
Dogs love
hopefully
them.
not. What was that?
Dogs love them. They're like, oh my gosh, it's a smorgasbord. They
I
go
need
crazy.
to eat them all.
They try.
Just to bring us back a moment here, even though I love this conversation. So if we did more of that, that works for me. But I just want to show it's Dr. Funk is #1 on the list of observations since it was so recent. But you can also see the map of everyone who's participated. So just be aware of there's 4,000 of us who participated in this so far, hopefully more after today, and 42,000, almost 43,000 observations. So you could go in here if you're just curious about what's in your area, and it's pretty exciting to see. So if I go in really close to, let's see where, there's New Jersey. Haha. There's Philadelphia, Baltimore. Here's where I am. Oh, there's a lot of Washingtonites. I don't know.
Of
what we're called.
course.
But let's see. Let's go as close as possible to where I live. An assassin bug. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, I just saw one of those the other day.
Sweet.
Outside.
But these are what I have to look forward
An
to.
American cockroach.
Hooray. This is also the evidence you need to complain about the bugs that enter your house, but be respectful.
German
about it.
cockroach. We got all sorts of cockroach. Small fruit fly. Yeah, that's a real fruit fly.
We need more observations here in the
Like
Southwest.
mine.
Well,
We do need more. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
I will submit mine. I have
That's
a
not
couple.
sunflower seed maggot. That's a
Nice
fly.
profile photo. Ooh, oh, I love the moths that end up here. The moths are so pretty sometimes.
Well, we got to get on it. There's way too few observations.
It's up to us. Which quarter are you in? Which quarter of the
Oh, I'm north. Well, I'm in Tacoma Park, right over the northeast border. You'll probably have more up there. We have a guy here who's an entomologist who's collected, I forget how many 15,000, 7,000 species of insect in his backyard. This is probably him. No, that's in Northwest DC. Penicillin.
Only if he's, well, if this
I'm in
is,
Tacoma Park.
is that not?
That's
Tacoma
me.
Park?
Oh, that says Tacoma, Washington. They screwed it up. So we don't really know where that person is.
That's weird.
Um,
Unless it's Tacoma, Washington, DC.
Oh, DC, maybe.
Yeah, they write all of it out.
There's a neighborhood. But I'm above that. Actually, I'm not there because I haven't joined yet. I'm sad I'm embarrassed to say.
Okay. Reset.
But Silver Spring is where the Gary Hevel lives, and he is the insect central.
Where is Silver Spring? I thought I knew
Right
where
by that 29. No, go up.
Cool.
See Adelphi, and then to the left of Adelphi, you'll see Silver Spring, right above Tacoma Park.
Oh, gotcha.
I wonder if one of those is him.
I'm creeping on your friend. Houston. Oh, that's creepy. Okay.
That looks like mine.
Scary thing. Yeah. Greenhouse
Camel crickets. We got a lot of those.
Subfamily Lycosinae.
Greenwood Ave. It's right up the street from me.
Yeah. You can even.
Well, this is terrible that there's so few.
If what? Sorry?
It's terrible that there are so few observations in this hotbed of scientists and naturalists who live around here. So I want to get on their case.
That is so true. I agree. Oh, I'm going
They
in.
probably don't know about it. They're not on SciStarter.
Yeah, or they're all on iNaturalist. I know they're just not on Never Home Alone.
I want to look for anyone who's found a bird in their home. For anyone who's curious about just the random data you can gather, this is what I spend my time
How about
doing.
frogs?
140? Are you kidding me? In
Species?
home.
Oh, that's
this is the
they must be
I wonder how
around.
many of them are wrong.
They're not
wrongly
really in
marked.
there.
possibly feral
I
pigeon.
had a Carolina wren in my house recently.
Oh,
Oh,
that's worth
look,
observing.
That's so.
Oh, that
cool.
looks like it's kind of in the house.
that's in the house.
Huh. I bet if it's using any form of the infrastructure of a house, that probably counts.
Although it said on your
Not
porch
on.
does not count.
Oh,
That's good to know.
well,
Yeah.
So never mind.
Can't
Don't
follow
do that,
directions.
everyone. That's just
Before SciStarter, we've had a blue jay in the house
oh,
and a bat.
I had a
Oh.
flying squirrel.
a flying squirrel
but
in
I
your.
didn't take its
I've never
picture.
even seen a flying squirrel.
I know
That's amazing.
they're everywhere, but they keep to themselves. They're everywhere in
Yeah.
the east. I don't know if there's common out west, but there's a lot of them.
Here's all the.
That flower pot parasol is the mushroom I mentioned that I found in my flower pot, by the way.
Oh,
Oh, this guy?
Yep, there's one there right
Wow.
now.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, yep, that's it.
cool.
That is.
They
awesome.
they don't exist very much outside of flower pots at this point, which is kind of crazy.
That's
They're
crazy.
so successful being with indoor plants that's kind of become their habitat.
Wow. That's pretty
Kinda
cool. Here's where they are.
Interesting. There they are.
Wow, they're all over the place.
Yep.
Huh. Look at that. Nice. And let's see, what other organisms?
See if anybody hasn't found any frogs or amphibians in their
Oh,
homes.
yeah.
That would be
Oh, I had a fun
There's
frog
I know
picture.
there's one.
Let's see, froggy. Let's see, 222.
Oh, get out. They
Interesting.
didn't find those in there. Well,
That does look
that might look
potentially
like, yeah, it
indoor.
looks like it might have gotten in.
Oh, but that looks outdoor. That looks indoor.
Could be either way.
It looks like a tree. There's also, I think these pictures are not necessarily all from the same observation.
Oh, they did not find that in their home.
No.
Ones that
You're
are,
not kidding me.
I could be looking at two different things too. I wonder if I somehow got out of the
Yeah, are
path.
you still in Never Home Alone?
I was, but maybe I'm not. Let's go back.
I think you
Let's
are.
go back.
Yeah.
Loading.
It's just people who are getting all carried away.
And we're about 7 minutes out from the hour, so I'll close this out in a second here once we figure it out. If there's
Oh.
any
Bugs
amphibians.
in people's homes.
All right, amphibians, come here.
Yep,
Updates
30 observation. Yeah, they
70
that's the same ones.
more. Well, the only difference is I marked verifiable,
Ah.
which just means eligible for research grade. I did research grade
Well, the
as
pictures
well.
are great. They just are not in someone's home.
Yeah. So anyone who's using this data might want to be careful about where they're taking their data from.
Yeah.
Or like the most likely ones are like the bugs, right? So any of these that are indoor, there
Mhm.
also is in like outdoor type terrain and indoor spaces. So maybe animals are getting confused too. So if it's not dirt, there's things like stones that have been indoors in places that I've been that look like outdoors, and so they get confused. But it looks like most of these are just outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any like specific organisms that end up in your outdoor areas that you always see? We saw a frog of some sort. Actually, maybe one of you will be able to help me here. Find this frog. It's a very exciting frog.
Outside?
Outside, yeah.
Well, heck, there are lots of
Oh, of course.
outside.
Too many to count.
That's where they like to live.
It
Mhm.
is where they like to
Prefer it.
live. That's a fair point there. Where is this frog? Oh, it was such a great frog too. There you are. Okay. Let me share my phone again. Unable to connect. That's just a lie. There we go. Okay. This little frog.
Ooh, cute.
It was very cute. I think I
Hmm.
bothered. It was staying very still where it was. It's like,
Ooh,
it
it
a
might be a
toad.
toad.
I think it's a toad.
what's the
That's a
difference?
toad.
Do you know the difference?
Toads are
Like,
more terrestrial.
oh, here's a video I took apparently.
Yeah, if it's lumpy and jumping around on the ground,
What
more
is it,
toad-like.
Parotid glands? What are little puffy things? I think that
Oh, yeah. Little round.
toad.
Yeah.
I had one like that in my garage.
Oh,
Yeah. One of
try
these guys,
chasing prey.
like toads. It makes you wonder, like, why are they hanging out where they are? Or it's
Oh,
helpful
you know,
that
if
I
you have a light, so if you have a light and there's lots of moths and bugs buzzing around the light, then you can get toads and frogs coming close to there.
where there's
Yeah,
food.
I'm a light pollution guy. I don't keep any lights on outside.
Oh, that's right. You wouldn't do that. Well, I don't know why then.
None of
nothing-
us either. Don't worry. Never have lights on.
I was lights on at night, unfortunately, but it's my parents, not me. So let's just push the blame on them. It was cool to see them anyway. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out since we're 4 minutes out from the hour. If you're seeing this on Facebook, thank you so much for joining us and just saying hello in the chat or just saying hello in general by being here. If you find anything in the next 24 hours or so or anytime, feel free to submit your observation, but post it on social media as well, and you can tag us so we just know what type of observations you're seeing, because there are super cool things out there. Even just scrolling through the Never Home Alone list of observations is really fun, because the weird spiders people find all over the world, if you're curious about any particular area, it's pretty cool. So enjoy doing that. And if you get bored, you go ahead and go outside for it, and then you'll be able to find more organisms and be able to submit those pictures to all of iNaturalist instead. So other things. All right. Oh, and before I get to that, actually, thank you everyone who joined us, my team here, Jim and Bob and Anna and Roland. Thank you all for doing this. This is super fun.
Wow, in costume.
Happy Halloween. Yeah, we're in costume. Where are you guys having your
I'm gonna need more costumes next year.
Hold on, let me switch to my
Sorry
last
about that.
couple of seconds here.
What
I
have
had
I
a
got
different
here?
ad in my Facebook post, so there you go.
Yeah.
All right, last ad of the day.
There we go.
So to close this out, I'll just share what we're doing up next for the next couple of weeks. So on November 7th, we are talking about outbreaks near me. So that's a citizen science project on SciStarter that's been running for several years, and it was all about tracking COVID and flu outbreaks. So we'll learn about how you can get involved and how easy it is. It is my number one project that I do, I think, because of how easy it is to participate.
Me too.
So feel free to join us for that one. We'll be talking to one of the project leaders, project manager, to talk about how it works and what they're using the data for. On November 14th, we have a very interesting one that's similar to this in that it will be informal-ish, in that I'm going to be making sourdough with my cousin guest chef Alex, who will have just come back from Australia, so he might be half asleep, but we'll see how it goes. But he's an actual chef, so we're going to bring him in to help us learn how to take that sourdough for science project where we're learning about the microbiome of sourdough. So we'll talk about that first, and then we'll actually make the sourdough or prep the sourdough anyway, so that you all can learn how to do that prior to eating. Yay!
And you get to count those yeast and never home alone too.
Oh yeah. Wait, but it's cultivated.
Hard to
Isn't
take
it
that picture.
cultivated?
Though.
I could mark it as cultivated though, because there's a spot for if it's in if you brought it here, right? Yeah. So for anyone who's listening, cultivated means just if you have a potted plant, don't mark it as a wild plant.
Okay.
It's cultivated. You brought it there, but I could totally still do that and just be like, hey, I'm in this project too. If you'd like updates, you can go to our blog post that's sitting right here too. If you just go to SciStarter.org, you'll be able to find it pretty quickly too. So easy to find there. Lastly, we do have an ongoing series, so I just want to remind everyone to keep tabs on Do NASA Science Live by going to SciStarter.org/NASA-live. And if you go there, you will find updates about the series and be able to watch previous episodes of this, which is always fun and super interesting, especially if you're interested in the eclipse. The most recent one also talks about the April 8th eclipse, so feel free to watch and enjoy. Lastly, we have a million resources, including our social media. So if you're on Facebook and send us a message, someone will answer you, either me or a bunch of other people who look at those. Or you can contact us at info@scistar.org, and you can use all these other resources like asking the community or the project leaders. You can find your next project on the Finder. And we have a podcast, and the podcaster is with us, Bob.
You can listen to it and watch it. We have video and audio podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually our next one for the podcast is about health. So it'll relate to the Outbreaks Near Me event. So
Yeah, it's got that.
That one, he'll be talking to them too.
Mhm.
And then lastly, the training, which I already mentioned earlier today. So look forward to having you all involved more than you are already. So we look forward to seeing you next week, or the 7th, whatever day it is, the 31st, it's Halloween. Next week to talk about outbreaks near me. And if you are willing to, and you're on the Facebook page, we'll drop the link for the post-event survey if you're watching with us. If not, then don't worry about it and you're watching this later. But thank you all for being here with us. We can't wait to come back for another one. And apparently we'll do more of these because Anna's going to be in charge of the next one.
I love it.
Awesome. All right.
See you
Thanks
next
everyone
year.
for joining us. And by Facebook, we'll send out or do the, I don't know, maybe I can do that. I don't know. Actually, hosts will have to do that. Bye, Facebook.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.